Ripped from the headlines onto your screen, here are a few of today's hot topics.
Tonight, we are learning more about the suspect who opened fire outside of the White House Saturday. What is that? Officials say 21-year-old Nasir Best walked up to a Secret Service checkpoint, pulled a pistol out of his bag, and began shooting at officers who returned fire, killing him. The White House temporarily on lockdown.
Out. Everyone to the front briefing room right now.
Best was known to Secret Service. Officers arrested him last year for attempting to gain entry to White House grounds. 5 senior law enforcement officials say he had a history of mental health concerns. A second person, an adult male who authorities believe to be a bystander, was struck by gunfire and transported to an area hospital. Bullet holes and shattered glass left behind the volley of shots at this busy intersection next to the White House. The president commending police and the Secret Service. Conspiracy theories swirling around the internet minutes after the shooting. Misinformation posted without any evidence. A similar response to what unfolded 4 weeks ago after a gunman breached a Secret Service checkpoint at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. The nation's capital on high alert tonight, ahead of high-profile events marking America's 250th birthday.
There are reports circulating that first daughter Ivanka Trump has been targeted by an Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps trained terrorist in a revenge plot over the death of Iran's military chief Qasem Soleimani in a U.S. drone strike. The terrorist reportedly spoke of the plot, for which he supposedly had a blueprint of Ivanka's Florida home, before his recent capture in Turkey. He has since been extradited to the U.S.
The suspect is a 32-year-old Iraqi national identified as Mohammad Bakr Saad Dawood al-Sadi. Investigators say he was trained by Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, or IRGC, and had links to the Iran-backed militia Kataib Hezbollah. Officials say the suspect wanted to avenge the 2020 U.S. drone strike in Baghdad that killed top Iranian military commander Qasem Soleimani, an operation carried out during Donald Trump's presidency. Reports claim al-Sadi considered Soleimani his mentor and had vowed revenge against the Trump family. According to investigators, the suspect allegedly gathered blueprints and surveillance details related to Ivanka Trump's residence in Florida. And authorities say that he also issued threats online and was allegedly connected to a wider terror network accused of attacks targeting American and Jewish interests across Europe and North America.
National Intelligence Director Tulsi Gabbard is stepping down from her post effective June 30th. In a letter to President Trump, Gabbard writes in part, quote, "My husband Abraham has recently been diagnosed with an extremely rare form of bone cancer." She adds, "At this time, I must step away from public service to be by his side." Gabbard will become the 4th cabinet member to leave the administration this year. Principal Deputy National Intelligence Director Aaron Lucas will serve as acting DNI in her place.
I want you to watch this montage of how the Democrats have reacted to this news.
This is the 4th woman to leave the administration in the past few months.
In terms of the impact on U.S. foreign policy, I think it's basically irrelevant. She was entirely out of the loop on decision-making.
This was because, basically, she's just not in sync with this administration. This is why her initials, D&I, became Do Not Invite.
Why do they have this kind of reaction to a public servant who is facing a very serious health concern for her husband?
It's self-gratifying, right? The social media ecosystem, a lot of the kind of the analysis and punditry sphere is all about getting out and saying the spiciest thing as soon as the news breaks. And it really shows how disgusting a lot of these individuals' characters are revealed to be.
A Minnesota judge has just sentenced the mastermind behind the Feeding Our Future fraud scheme, Amy Bach. She just got more than 41 years in prison. The prosecution is asking for a 50-year sentence and her defense about 3 years. So that's somewhere in the middle that they got that, but closer to what obviously the prosecution wanted. The scheme involved theft of nearly $250 million in COVID funding. That money was meant to feed hungry children. State leaders claim they were unaware of the fraud. Here's what Amy Bach told our Alexis McAdams from jail back in January.
I honestly believe Keith Ellison and Governor Walz need to be held accountable. There needs to be an investigation done. If they weren't aware, that's concerning.
So if she's going to prison, is there anybody we know the names of who should as well, is the question.
In 2018, Bach's organization sponsored a handful of meal distribution sites and collected just over $300,000 from the government. In 2020, when the pandemic began, that figure skyrocketed to almost $43 million. By the next year, with rule changes and lax oversight pumping rocket fuel into Bach's scheme, Feeding Our Future collected nearly $200 million from taxpayers.
Thank you for watching Hot Topics. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and remember to always stay gas lit. See you on the next one.